So we're going to review bubble sort now. Bubble sort is just like a basic sorting algorithm. That's very common. There's multiple sorting algorithms out there. I think last week we showed like a quick YouTube video of sorting algorithms, visualization of different sorting algorithms, and like how long it actually takes to sort based off of the algorithm. So bubble sort is a very common one that just compares values next to one another, and if the value to the right is greater than the value to the left, that means they're in the right order. If not, you have to swap them, and then it moves on. And it just keeps doing that until they're all sorted. It takes a long time. Let's look at a visualization of bubble sort in action. It takes forever. So what do you see that's unique, or like what has to happen about this algorithm every time? Like how many, what is, yeah, it's got to loop through every single time until so it's just a bunch of, it's like a nested for loop. Like just keep doing it. Yeah, it takes forever. Let's look at more out of order sequences. So pre-sequence 4 is greater than 3, so it's got to swap. Yes, so it swaps 3 and 4. Then it comes here is 3 greater than 4. No, so it stays 3. So goes on to the next one. 4 greater than 5. No, stays. And it goes 5 greater than 1 or 0. Yes. So it's called, it has to swap. There's all this until it's finally done. So it's got to loop through, what is that, 20 times or something like that? And it's done 7 swaps. Unit tests, always implement it. Great. Full collection passes. Here are some resources about bubble sort. visualalgo.net. You know what this is, actually. Ooh, cool. All right. So I am going to bubble sort. I'm going to fork. It's like I already forked it. Git clone.
Are there any advantages to using a bubble sort in certain cases?
Probably not.
It's faster if you're sorting less than 50 items.
Oh yeah, there might be like a yeah, I don't know. Is that what it says?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it's like less, like from a logical perspective, it's easier to implement. But like it's, for me, it's easier to think through. Like, oh, it's bubble sort, it just kind of makes sense. You just keep swapping them. And so there's other ones that take, there's more code to write it, but it's more efficient. CD bubble sort, CD Python, clear, open, bubble. What am I doing? That's not what I want. I'm just gonna come in here, bubble sort, Python. So here it looks like, here's the sequence. We have a variable called sequence, which is what we're going to be testing, and a variable called swaps. Pseudocode, create a method called bubble sort that takes in an array. So we have to loop through it. So take the first element, index 0, compare it to the element at index 1. It's good. We don't do anything. Otherwise, we need to swap it. And then it just keep moving on. I think so. So create while loop. And so, trying to think. So while that just keeps going. So once it's done with the first one, moves on. Does it keep on swapping?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Right. I mean, yeah, does it? That's what I'm like.
No, it goes back and iterates through again.
So once it swaps, it stops and then it goes back.
No,
I
it
think- no,
keeps
I think it
swapping
keeps
all the
going.
way down and then restarts.
Yeah,
And then keeps going.
because it's got to loop through once, and they keep looping through.
Because
So
if it's like reverse and one is here, it has to make its way all the way down.
right.
Cool. In the example, it reset every single loop that you showed us.
Is that it?
Yeah, and the 7 times. Yeah, that one.
It resets, but the last element is considered to be fully sorted at that point in time. So it goes through, the length is 1 shorter the second time through.
Doesn't it reset on line 1 when it swaps 4 and 3, and then it goes back to the first item again?
We evaluate for
Yeah, so it swaps them and then goes back.
So
the fact that it doesn't evaluate for violence something says actually. I don't think you can assume.
because it goes 0. Because I don't think it like increases. Because you're technically 3, 4, 5, 0 swaps. Then it goes.
I think if you stop the loop with like -1 index and then
Just
you
go.
like +1.
What I did before is I used the break to keep the while loop, and then just break and reset every single time so that it goes back to the first index.
But wouldn't it make sense just to keep going through it until it's done?
Like I use the while loop to just basically keep looping through it while it's not sorted.
Yeah.
And then I'd have another for loop in it that just kept doing
Yeah.
swaps.
Yeah, that's what I did too. So now we're saying you kept a while loop, the counter, as long as it was not sorted, it just kept on looping through the entire thing and had a for loop within the while loop. Yeah. And that's how I solved it. So let's do it. Create a little while loop as long as greater than 0 and 0. So then create counter variable to equal to the length of the array. Is that what I did? Yeah. And create for loop that is the length. I just create a for loop that loops through array comparing I to I plus 1 if I is greater than I plus 1, we need to swap. So what is swap? How do we swap? It's a sense.
You can create like a temporary variable.
Create temporary variable. Temp variable and set it. What is it equal to? Would it be the first one? Would it be I or I plus 1?
Could be any. Right? Yeah, either.
equal to I plus, yeah. Then so array, like array at index I equals temp, and array set array index I plus 1 to equal I. Does that make sense?
I think we got to reverse this. Or did we? I don't know. Did we overwrite before?
Do we overwrite at index? Does that make sense? Or no, it'd be, I have to reverse it. Yeah, so create a temporary variable I plus 1, and then we have to set the index. Yeah, I think this right. And then I'm going to decrement the counter by 1. Then once counter equals 0, return array.
I think you also want to include a swap plus 1 as well inside of after you swap the variables.
After I swap the variables?
Increase the swap counter by 1.
Oh, yeah. Damn swap counter. Increment swaps by 1. Cool. So def bubble sort, fixing an array. What do I do? Counter equals the length of the array, while counter is greater than 0 for I in range. Length of the array minus 1. It's kind of like the for loop. I'm going to print array at I. Get rid of this. And bubble sort array. Clear. Move this all the way to the top. Set Python bubble sort. Line array is not defined. It's called sequence. So name error, name array is not defined on line 24. So I passed in originally an array. I really want to pass in a sequence. Down here. Oh, that's fun. So just done counter minus equals 1, break out. 435. Cool. I'm going to do first element. This equals array at I. Second element equals array at I plus 1. Then if first element is greater than second element, set a temporary variable, temp equals array would be just second element. And array index plus 1 equals second element, or no, first element, right? An array at I equals second element. Swaps plus equal 1.
So Python has this cool feature nowadays
Okay.
where you can do a double definition and even without a temporary variable. This way, it safely swaps them without a temporary variable. So less better.
So it has a, say it one more time.
So you like the way you did first elem, second elem,
Yep.
right? So you can swap those without the temporary variable in the same statement. So you can do first lm, comma, second lm equal to
Yeah, like so first, second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were going to get into that. But yeah, you can do by
and it guarantees safety of like the intermediate values between them. So if one depends on the other, they won't intersect.
Cool stuff.
So that's another way to declare multiple variables in a single line. And we're going to kind of go over that later, but I'm going to keep it like this so far. And then is it in line with x equal 1? And at the very end, we just return. Is that in line with the array? I'm going to print that too. Print array. Oh no. Unbound local error, local variable referenced before assignment. Crikey's. So it comes in here. So swaps is not assigned before we're actually calling it. All right.
You have it defined as a global variable right now. So if you want to use it inside the function, you got a global swaps inside the function.
Right. Do I have to declare like another?
Yeah, global and then swaps.
Yeah, we're going to get that today as well. See if this works again. All right. That was not bad. Oh no. Swaps. Print final result. So how do we do? Well, that's just semantics. Result equals. Yeah. Bubble sort. There we go. Total number of swaps, 7. What else can we do? Swaps, array, first, second. I just created a second. Array, first element, second element. And object is not callable. Line 30. Thank you.
You accidentally put that snap.
Oh.
And you had
List index out of range. Oh, whoops. Don't really need that. Bubble sort 939. Array, first element. Right. We're just trying to get multiple methods to break down. All right, that's bubble sort. Does anybody have any questions? So in order to declare a global variable, you can call it global in front of the variable, and it makes it a global variable. It's rarely ever used in Python. At least I don't know, I haven't seen it that much at all. What questions do you have? Remote? I'm going to stop the recording there.